July 6, 2016. Diary and notes of a future dead man. I don't know where my wife is. When our plane went down, she was thrown the other way, and me and our pilot the other way. Now the poor guy is lying there delirious. When I ask him about his radio, he makes noises. The wind here is so fast that when it throws a handful of sand at you, you feel like you have been shot. From food, I found only a few chocolate bars in Egypt. Water was my urine. Thanks to a survival program, it was the only thing I could remember. I tried to find food and water, but I can't even take 4 steps before I fall to the hot sand with pain in my leg. The pilot seems to be about to die as he's completely paralyzed. I'm not a doctor and I can't do anything to help. I can only hope that help will come quickly. After all, a plane that has disappeared from radar cannot simply fade into oblivion, can it? July 7. I woke up in the night in the presence of someone. The doctors immediately hit the intruder, but I could have sworn I saw a shadow. In a panic, I pressed myself against the icy wreckage of the plane. It was probably a snake, a scorpion, or a lizard. I wonder if the local fauna is poisonous. I'm sure they are. You can't trust anything here. I don't remember falling asleep, only waking up. The paralyzed pilot was feeling better. The shock had worn off, and he'd stopped moaning and wiggled his fingers. Good thing I'm not alone. On his advice, I searched the nearby wreckage and found a couple of bottles of water and pieces of bread, probably from the sandwiches usually served by stewardesses during a flight. Where are they now, all those stewardesses? I washed my head with water to prevent myself from dying from the heat. When it was finally evening, I tried to climb the hill and look around. Maybe I'd see my wife or someone else. Maybe there was a doctor on board. The ascent was unsuccessful. My aching leg refused to move me up the hill. I had to ride my arse back up. How do you even make a fire with chopsticks? I've been rubbing them for an hour, and it's no use. It's going to be a cold night. I covered the pilot with a torn parachute, and I'll try to put on some of the rags I found. The more the better. I'll go deeper into the wreckage. Maybe those nasty lizards won't get in. July 9. There were rustles again during the night. When I had had enough, I decided to disperse the bastards, whatever they were. But as soon as I opened my eyes, that intention melted away. Something was looming over me, dark and creepy, with substantial glowing eyes. I remember hitting it in the eyes. It howled and recoiled, but then it clung to my shoulders and legs simultaneously. God, how many paws did it have? I must have passed out because I woke up in the morning all alone. No pilot was outside. The parachute was lying where the man should have been. I tore off a piece of iron pipe from the wreckage of the plane. It would come in handy if the intruders decided to attack again. July 10. Something extraordinary is happening. Another man has taken the place of the pilot who disappeared last morning. Another survivor. What luck! I thought I'd be alone in the whole bloody desert. His clothes are tattered, and he's exhausted, but he doesn't seem worried about the accident. I can't send him for wood or water, so I have to take it as it comes and pray. July 11. I wish my wife had come instead of this stranger. I hope that she has survived and is better off now than I am. The stranger often sleeps, but I can't do that. At night, those things walk around the airplane and whisper. I keep a pipe by my makeshift bed, though I doubt it will help fight off a whole pack. The other survivor can't hear anything, says I'm hallucinating from the heat, but that's unlikely, huh? At least I'll be ready for surprise attacks. Before going to bed, I caught some minor bugs, of which there are many. It's not enough to eat, but it's something. The main thing is to tear off the wings or they get stuck in your teeth. July 14. We took our colleague from the observation and returned him to patient Anne's room. Patient DK was not very happy about our visit and broke the nurse's arm with an iron pipe. We had to administer a powerful sedative to him. Despite the large quantity of food and water we left, he preferred insects. July 15. Due to the negligence of our doctors, we allowed patient N to die. We had to pull the body out immediately. Patient DK is behaving worse and worse. Today he started trying to put together a wall out of food for some reason. He sees stones instead. July 17. The patient is alone in the room. He tears his clothes to shreds and chews. His condition is deteriorating right before our eyes. The patient is not aggressive, so we can safely administer medication and wet clean him. We tried to give him water, but the poor guy choked on it. He's worse than a helpless child. We left him a leather wear, so to speak. We tried to play by his rules and persuade him to eat those stones, but alas. July 19. The patient died of a cut vein and suffocation. He didn't cry out in pain, having pushed a pillowcase down his throat, thereby blocking his airway, and while he was conscious, he ineptly cut his veins with a shard of glass. The last thing he tried to do was reach for his notebook, but he couldn't anymore. Instead, he wrote 2 words on the wall with a finger dipped in his blood. "I'm in pain."